Hello everyone and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 27 press conference stream with me, Holly Shand, and it's set to be a busy one. We've got 14 press conferences coming up over the next 90 minutes, and the amount of injuries and flags there are in FPL at the minute is crazy. I've got Pau Torres in my team. There's Salah and Darwin at Liverpool, Solanke at Bournemouth, Richarlison rumours plus Pedro Porro, Hwang and Adebayo, and there's probably some that I've missed as well. And we're going to go straight into it because we've got Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City press conferences coming up right now. So the tweet deck is already open. If you are here, come and say hello in the chat. Make sure that you like and subscribe as well. And the first piece of news we've got is that Darwin Nunez is available for Forest. So I probably should have started the stream 5 minutes earlier, you never know. So this is how these things go. Yeah, Darwin and Dominic Szoboszlai trained yesterday with the team. They look good. We'll have to wait to see how they react. I don't know. It doesn't sound that positive that they'll start. Where's the update on Salah, though, as well? Because I think he's like the second most bought player. So hopefully we'll get that update soon as well. Lots of you in already, so hello to those that were here early. Gazman is in, as is Simon, Light Rays, Beardy. Killerat has joined as a member again. So he's now at the captain pick level twice. Thank you, Killerat, for the support. It's good to see you back though as well, buddy. I know you've not been here for a few weeks, so good to see you. R. Kelly is in, as is Akshat is in and modding as well. And I said to the mods this morning, it's going to be a busy stream. I'm going to need all of you. Micah is in, as is Joab as well. VJ is in and modding. Neil is in. Jamie is in as well. Mark, David and Charlie. So hello, everyone. Yeah, that's the first piece of news, is that Darwin Nunez is back in training and will be available. It's the Salah update we want though, really, isn't it? So I don't know how long we're going to have to wait for that one. Hopefully not long. While we're waiting for that, I'm just going to update the graphic at the bottom. So Darwin Nunez in training and in contention for Forest. I feel like, I know I say it every week, that it feels like there's a lot of injuries, but this season just feels ridiculous. Like, I think, to be fair, I think Ben Dinnery's posted something about the amount of injuries they see. I think it's a build-up from previous seasons, if I'm honest, but it's not good. It's not great. And particularly in FPL, you just don't know whether you're coming or going. To be fair to me, it's very rare that these managers actually turn up on time for these press conferences. And I know it was kind of an abrupt start. I hope you don't mind too much. We have got a bit more news filtering through because, as I said, there's presses now for Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City. So it looks like Pep Guardiola is in as well. And then Pep is late for his presser. Fabrizio said that Thiago Silva and Mark Cucurella back to full team training at Chelsea. We get these little sheets from Chelsea. I don't know if they're screenshots from the website. Nkunku undergoing rehab program. Badiashile Chukwuemeka, Fofana, James Lavia and Hugo Chukwu. Sorry, that was awful. All still undergoing rehab. So that means Thiago Silva and Cucurella are back for Chelsea. No surprise that Grealish is out. No time frame on his return. Why has no one asked Klopp about Salah yet? It's filtering through very, very slowly. There's already 200 of you in, which I'm not surprised about, given the amount of news that we're searching for today. Vicky says, hello, looking forward to seeing Mini Holly again today. I'm afraid you're out of luck. There are no children in the house. There are no parcels due to be delivered. So we're hoping for a little bit of a quieter stream in that regard. I think it was about this time last week where I had to go and wipe her bottom. Oh, dear. But you all loved it, apparently. So maybe I'll have to have her back soon. Not too soon, though. Solanke news is coming up at 1:30. Maguire update will be... Oh, did we get a Maguire? I think we got a Maguire update yesterday, to be fair. I'll check. Ten Hag was yesterday, for sure. David says, can't believe everyone bringing in Son with no form after Hwang blanked with no form. Monkey Man says, sounds ideal for a party, no kids in the house. Yeah, if I didn't have work to do, maybe. No one's asked Klopp yet about Salah. No, nothing at all. Jamie said Nappygate was peak content. It's Pottygate, well, like. Yeah, so we're hearing from Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City now. Then at 1 o'clock, we're going to hear from Crystal Palace, Spurs and Wolves. So we'll get a Hwang update. We'll also get a Porro and a Richarlison update at 1 o'clock. Then 1:30, we've got Bournemouth. So we'll get a Solanke update. Brighton, Burnley, Fulham, Luton for Adebayo, West Ham. And then Aston Villa at 2 o'clock for Pau, Torres and Konza owners as well. So that's the schedule. This is my team. I am rolling this week. My plan is to get through game week 29 with free transfers. I wildcarded a few weeks ago, so I'm in good shape as things stand. But with the amount of injuries, I can't really back it completely. But that's where we're at with that. Obviously, there'll be managers wondering today how to go about chip strategy going forward, which I get completely. I did put in the poll, by the way. It's had 172 votes already, which is brilliant, so thank you. How are we doing for likes? We're nearly at 100 likes. There's 250 of you in, which is incredible. So put the poll live. How are you navigating blank game week 29? Free hit, wildcard, dead end to wildcard after the break, or just free transfers. It might be that either you've already wildcarded or you're hoping to wildcard much later in the season, maybe to bench boost in 37. So currently, free hits winning out, followed by free transfers. The word on content creators' lips this week, which is probably annoying everyone, is that it is team dependent. Nothing on Salah yet. I think last week either the Salah question was later or it was embargoed. So we will get some embargoed comments later from the presser. But yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. I think that's just a staff and academy picture. I don't know, it's hard to tell without zooming in. We're just getting duplicated Liverpool news, but not the Liverpool news we want. Well, I guess the Darwin owners wanted the Darwin update, but, you know, there are other fish to fry as well today. Yes, Son seems to be a pretty popular acquisition. I think buying a Spurs midfielder today kind of keeps your options open because you've got the great fixtures. And you're also looking at the fact that, sorry, I was just looking about, there's a fixture time change. I don't think it's, anything that's significant from FPL terms. Now I forgot what I was saying as well. Lost my train of thought. If anyone can remind me what I was saying, that would be great. Yeah, was it about the embargo comments? Yeah, so we should get some news at some point, even if it's not right this moment. Dylan says he loves that everyone's using different methods to navigate. Yeah, it does feel quite nice in a way. We don't want any additional injury news from City, to be fair. Oh no, I was saying that it's easy to buy a Spurs midfielder this week. You could kind of keep your options open with strategy as well. I feel like some people have been forced into a wild card this week because of injury issues. And there'll be others that are wanting to free hit that will be forced into doing, that don't want to free hit, that'll be forced into it again because of injury issues. So I think if you buy a Spurs midfielder this week, then you're kind of keeping your options open because it's like the fixtures are good short term and long term, aren't they? So you can kind of buy them with the next 6 in mind. Obviously, the Villa away is a tough fixture. However, I think Villa play Ajax next midweek. Let me just check that. Yeah, on Thursday, and then they play Spurs on Sunday. So Spurs have got a free midweek. I don't think it'll be a problem. Still, no one's asked Klopp about Salah, and I feel bad because, I mean, I had multiple choices for who would go on the thumbnail this week, and I went with Salah, and Klopp was the first presser, and he's not even told us anything about Salah yet. Should have gone Darwin. I could have gone anyone. Kind of locked in Salah early, and then I don't make my own thumbnails. I get a bit of help on them, and then obviously things have progressed a bit since then. But I think Salah's still quite a big one anyway. Maybe Solanke is the biggest. I think we've had some positive updates on Solanke though. Shall we go through? Here we go. Salah is not ready for Forest, but not far off. Should be back next week. What do Salah owners do now? I guess if you're free hitting, do you keep him? City next, isn't it? So Darwin, Nunez in contention. Salah not ready, not far off. There we go. Get that updated. I knew it would come eventually. I was just about to go through all the other news that we had, so it's quite good that I didn't. Oh, these pressers. It's every week, isn't it? I mean, it's been great for the channel, the craziness. But yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. Why is that not updating now? I've lost my graphic, so now everything just looks a bit of a mess. It'll come. Hang on, let me just... It's disappeared. My graphic's gone. I was only trying to update with the Salah news. Right, cross your fingers. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so Darwin, Nunez in contention. Salah not ready, but not far off. So Salah should be back next week. So if you are a Salah owner, let me know what you're now thinking. So I mean, if you're trying to get through 29 without a free hit, I think you sell Salah, don't you? Because he's not going to play this week. Then he plays City, then he blanks. I think, and this is something I said the other week, I think a lot of the Salah situation depends on whether you've used the wild card or not. Because if you've used the wild card and you've got Salah in, you're kind of ahead of the curve. And you don't want to then get behind the curve, taking him out, because he's going to be very difficult to get back in. But if he's still got a wild card to play and you can wild card him in 30, it doesn't matter at this point. I think there's more points to be made elsewhere because there's no guarantees. Even if he's back next week, is it going to start? We don't know, do we? I doubt it. next week it's possible. What are Liverpool's fixtures? Because obviously they've got Champions League as well, haven't they? Sparta. Oh, I don't know. He kind of has to play him against City, doesn't he? Oh, it's a difficult one. That I don't envy Salah owners, to be fair. Yeah, it sounds like Grealish won't be back till after the international break. Pochettino is in now as well. He says that Silva and Cucurella, both possible for them to be in the squad. And Nkunku, hamstring injury. Some people are being an absolute mess with their teams this week. And there's been such careful planning put into it to get to this point. It just doesn't feel fair, really. Sorry, I was just checking I hadn't missed anything else. I don't think I have. Yeah, so the Salah news is that he is out. Lots of people planning on wildcarding Salah in 30. I mean, it's all going on in the chat. I'm struggling to keep up. I guess the Salah situation, it also depends on how many other injuries you've got. Pau Torres news coming up at 2:00. Yeah, I think there's not many situations where people can afford to hold on to Salah. I get that. Right. Alisson and Trent have also been ruled out. Did we know that anyway? I think we probably did, didn't we? I don't think people have really got those two in their squads. Let's have a look then at everything that we've got already. Spurs presser Harry is... Oh, gosh, I've lost it. I'm pretty sure it's 2:00. No, 1:00. Why have I lost my other graphic now? Honestly. I definitely exported them. I don't know what my computer does. I just updated with the news. Come on. Have I got it on the wrong thing now? It's nearly not... Yeah, it is 1:00 though. I think I know what I've done. Photoshop is not being my friend. Yes, there we go. Yeah, 1:00 for Spurs. So, the news that we've got so far then. Thiago Silva and Cucurella, both maybes for Chelsea. Nkunku has a hamstring issue. Salah is out, maybe next week. Grealish is out. Nunez and Szoboszlai are available for Forest. For the game against Forest, I should say. Updates from Newcastle earlier. Elliot Anderson back. Botman was rested. Isaac's still not available. It might be after the break for Matty Target. All we know about Solanke so far... Oh, no, we got an update yesterday from this guy, Jack Rozier from The Sun. Injury not as bad as first feared. Could play against Burnley, but obviously we'll hear from Raiola soon. Few players returning for Sheffield United, including George Baldock. Cameron Archer is out. So, Ten Hag was not clear on Maguire. Expects the same squad as midweek. Suggests that he will miss out. Too early for Højlund. Malacia, Martial, Martinez, Mount, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka all unavailable. We don't know anything on Porro or Udogie yet, but Paul O'Keefe said yesterday that Porro's struggling for the weekend. We'll hear from Postecoglou in about 10 minutes. Will be a close call on Pedro. Udogie is further along in comparison and training. Richarlison, no news yet. Partey should be part of the Arsenal squad. Jesus is fit enough to start, but we won't be taking risks. Tomiyasu and Zinchenko might be available. This is weird. Like, Arsenal play on Monday night and they had their press conference on Thursday. Like, the Arsenal press is always on a Friday. Wonder what's going on. This is the kind of news that's unconfirmed from Spurs. Lamptey and Ferguson will be available, according to De Zerbi. I hope they'll be available. We hear... Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm having a nightmare today, guys, with things I shouldn't... We should hear from De Zerbi again today. These were the post-match from Wednesday. Also post-match from Wednesday from Wolves. On He-Chan, we'll get a further update today. This is... Oh, no, that's not actually that important now, is it? But O'Neill did say that he would be amazed if Hwang could play against Newcastle this weekend. So that's kind of everything that we've got so far. I'm just going to check that I've not missed anything else while I've been chatting. I worry. I don't even know if Salah will be really able to start in the game against City. Like, he kind of got rushed back. The injuries in that game to Nunez and Jota forced Salah to come on and play 60 minutes when he was probably only ready to do 20, and then he got injured again. So he can't do that again. Don't think there's anything else too significant. But yeah, and just to note, like, at this point last week, Rasmus Højlund was the most transferred in player, then got ruled out. Salah, I think at some point this week, was the most transferred in player. He's been ruled out. What about Solanke? We don't know. Yeah, so coming up at 1 o'clock then, we've got the Crystal Palace press conference. We've got the Spurs press conference where we'll hear on Udogie, Porro, Richarlison. And also at 1 o'clock, we've got the Wolves press conference with an important update on Hwang as well. The stream is up to 100 likes, but there's nearly 500 of you in. So I'm sure we can do a little bit better on the like count. I really appreciate everyone that has tuned in to watch along. While we've got a little bit of a lull, I'll put my team back on screen and I'll start answering some of your guys' questions. I'll do my best anyway. Yeah, lots wanting Solanke news as well. I think that's 1:30 for that one. Dylan's getting excited for the potential to Son play central as a striker. Jamie reminded us the first 2 games of the season where Son had 0 XG and then scored a hat-trick in the next game. Matthew says, in 29, I can have 11 players for a -4. But in general, that means I don't have Solanke in 28. Is the -8 for bringing him in and out worth it? I mean, I guess it depends on his fitness. I don't think I'm in a position to answer that now. I'd like to see how he gets on in 27 first before making a move. Matthew says, should I transfer in Son for Palmer if Solanke is unavailable? I still like Palmer as an option, but yeah, Son feels like a sensible buy at the moment. T Black says, who's the best captain, Haaland, Saka or Watkins? For me, I think it's got to be Haaland. If we look at the predicted points for this game week alone, Haaland 8.7, Son 6.8, Tony 6.3, Saka 6.1, fourth on the list, according to the Hub's powerful AI. You can get all these customised for whatever game weeks. You can set it to miss out a game week if you want the predictions excluding 29. You can get a 7-day free trial. Link is in the chat. I'll pin it as well for you. Haaland against United, though, this fixture last season, was it 6-2 or 6-3? And Haaland got 5 attacking returns. Having seen what he did midweek, I just think that it's no conversation. It's got to be Haaland. David's got to place who out of Salah, Solanke or Hwang? You're going to have to replace. I think if you can try and keep Salah, I think you're going to have to replace Hwang. Bench boost 37 for Sarah, that makes sense. Jamie says, given how awful the fixtures are for 29, just going to stick with the 7.5 already. Yeah, I feel a bit the same. If you look at the predictions for 29, obviously we don't know about Richarlison's fitness, but you've got Son, Tony, Bowen, Watkins, Maddison. Like, I feel like if you had 5 of those 6, you'd be in good shape. And then a couple of fringe players. Like I've got Doughty, Kaminsky. Cole says, do you think De Bruyne will start this week? Yeah. You doggy news coming up shortly. Lalex is doing Rodri to Son. Pau Torres news coming at 2 o'clock. Triple up on Arsenal. Well, I think if you're playing free hit in 29 and you don't own free Arsenal, I'd be getting on that now. Solanke news coming up at 1:30 in about half an hour. Killer Rat's fancying Bowen captain. Already used the wild card. Yeah, don't mind Bowen captain now. Micah says, is Salah leaving Liverpool at the end of the season? Yeah, I should imagine so. I'd be surprised if he was still there next season. But that means that we're running out of time to own Salah in FPL. Simon fancying a triple captain on Haaland this week. That's bold. Yeah, so we have got a few presses coming up, so I'm going to jump back over to the tweet deck. I'll just have a little... Oh. No, that's not relevant. I'm just going to check that we've not missed anything before these 1 o'clock presses come up. We normally get a nice little video from Postecoglou at bang on time. So we'll see whether we get that. Yeah, Salah, the third most transferred in player this week. Who was buying Salah when he was flagged? That's what I'm interested in. Oh, Hamza sold Bowen for Hwang last week. That is unlucky. Lots asking for a captain poll. Shall I put one live? I think most people have answered this first one anyway, haven't they? Let's end that one. I'm going to lose my place in the chat, though. It always happens when I put a new poll live. Oh, well. Right. So, who... Game week 27 captain. So we're going to go Haaland. Who else do we want? Saka. Saka's Sheffield United away. Who does Watkins play? Luton away. I'll put other. I know some people might be looking at Son in particular. Let's see how that one goes. What's this about an advert? Is that Salah? Yeah, Michael, Trent is out. Dylan says game week 31 is a better wild card, but so many injuries, I'll just go a week at a time. Yeah, I think if there's any possibility of staying flexible today or for game week 27 in terms of your chip strategy, then try and stay flexible if you can. Monkey says this is stupid and a definite sell. Well, I think if Lamptey's back, we will hear from De Zerbi in about 30 minutes, then I think, yeah. Solanke news in 30 minutes. Yeah, all the times are UK times. Michael says is Trippier a good pick on wildcard? I don't think so. I think he's way down the predictions over the next 5. He's not in the top 10. Oh, no, is he 10th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12th. I mean, Wolves at home's a nice game, but then Chelsea away, a blank. I don't really trust Newcastle defence anymore, which is a shame. Swanky's 50-50 between Haaland and Watkins. Well, it's 66% Haaland, 5% Watkins on the poll. Killerat has now been a member for an hour and 6 months. Thank you, John, though, for support, mate. I have a benching headache. I have Bowen, Richarlison, Son, Saka, Foden, Watkins, Haaland and Tony, and I need to bench one. Well, if Richarlison is injured as the rumours state, well, I mean, we'll hear from Postecoglou any time. Harry's already said hurry up. Then I think that'll make life a lot easier for you. You can't bench Haaland, obviously. Tony's on pens. Watkins is just in sensational form, as is Saka. It's between Bowen, Richarlison, Son and Foden. If Richarlison does have an issue, then that'll make it easier. If he is fine, maybe still Richarlison, given that he's struggled for form in the last couple of games, hasn't he? And I do think that even if fully fit, we may see a little bit of a tweak in how they line up Spurs. Muckwith said, is 8 players okay for the blank? Yeah, that's fine. 8 players, no hits. Will Hughes, Eberici, Eze and Joachim Andersen will all be in the squad to face Spurs. Could be a good game, that one, then. Palace Spurs. If Palace have got a fully fit squad, bit of a new manager bounce, you might think. Someone said, where is Watkins in the list? Let me just check. Obviously Salah's going to drop off. Yeah. Quite a bit down. For some reason. I mean, I'm not going to argue with the AI. So yeah, Glasner's decided to turn up on time. Don't know about Postecoglou yet though, or Gary O'Neill. Nikki says transfer activity hinges on Solanke and Huang news, like 90% of managers this week. Yeah, not me though. He Chandler Bailey. Yeah, potentially. I said this last week as well. I do prefer Douglas Luiz. Here we go. Right, let me turn the volume up. This is the Spurs news.
Okay, Angie's with us, looking ahead to Palace, back in action. Going to start with team news, Ange. Obviously, we're missing both fullbacks last time. Any progress on Pedro and Destiny?
Yeah, sort of going through from the last game. Richie picked up a bit of a knee injury, so he's going to be missing sort of 2-3 weeks.
Richarlison out 2 to 3 weeks. Wow.
Had to have surgery on that, so that was kind of from the last game. In terms of coming back in, Destiny's a chance for tomorrow, trained. Just see how he pulls up. Pedro, probably another week away.
Okay, Angie's with us, looking ahead to Palace.
So Porro not back yet.
So that was kind of from the last game. In terms of coming back in, Destiny's a chance for tomorrow, trained. Just see how he pulls up. Pedro, probably another week away.
Okay, Angie's with us, looking ahead.
Right, that's causing a problem then in my team if Richarlison's out. 2 to 3 weeks. Did he say that he'd had surgery? I feel like I need to watch this again. Sorry, let's listen to it one more time.
He's going to be missing sort of 2-3 weeks. So he's going to be missing sort of 2-3 weeks. Obviously, Sis had his hamstring and sort of had to have surgery.
2 to 3 weeks for Richarlison. So there's no guarantees that he's going to be back for game week 29. Okay, it's crazy today with this news, isn't it? So Nunez is back. Salah is out. Richarlison knee is 2 to 3 weeks. Porro's not back yet either. I mean, I don't even know what injury news to put on the little ticker. I think what I might need to do is change the font size. So Nunez in contention. Salah out. Salah a week away. We've got Richarlison out for 2 to 3 weeks, and that's a knee injury. Udogie back in training. Porro 1 week off. Right, let me update all that. I can't even hold it all in my head. I can't even remember what news I wanted most. Solanke, you're going to have to wait another half hour for, I'm afraid. But that's kind of everything we've got at the minute. I mean, this press conference just gets busier and busier. I really don't know what to do with Richarlison now. I mean, I don't have to. I can play Barkley ahead of him this week, can't I? And then next week, I can bench him again because I've got all my Luton guys. Then 29. The 29 is when I need him, isn't it? I mean, I could get Bailey in or Douglas Luiz, and that would be okay. Maybe that's something I need to look at. I don't know. I'll think about it. That's the update, though. Richarlison out for 2 to 3 weeks, which makes him a doubt for... I'm really annoyed because I bought Richarlison. FOMO got to me and I bought Richarlison in on wildcard over Saka, which is foolish. And it just continues to bite me. And now we're at the point where the week that I needed him for, I was bought him in 24 for 29, and now he's a doubt for 29. Is what it is, isn't it? 2 to 3 weeks. Oh dear. This game of FPL, eh? I don't really know where I go though, because I've not got any money. I think I'm just going to have to bench him this week. Oh, this is stressful. It does make Son more appealing though, I think. Joseph said is Salah a keep? I could bring in Son and Saka with Salah and Gray/Gordon out. Yeah, I think I would. I think for me, Salah's a goner. Oh, tell me what I should do with my team. Would you sell Richarlison? Who would you sell him for? I've got 7.2 million for a midfielder. But I need one. Ideally, I need one that's got a fixture. I mean, I can't buy a Langer. I've got Barkley. It's like... It's Bailey and Douglas Luiz, isn't it? I can't afford Bowen. Richarlison to Douglas Luiz. I could do. Doesn't excite me. I could do it. Oh, I don't know. I'll think about it. I think I'm just going to roll. If in doubt, roll. I've only got one free transfer. I can play Barkley and make a decision next week, couldn't I? Could do that. People liking Bailey as well. Maybe I get the Villa midfielder. City away in 31. I could jump off at that point, couldn't I? I'll put a poll live. Game week 27 transfer. So, Richarlison to Bailey. I've never been that big a Bailey fan, to be fair. I think it's from the start of last season. When, I think, was it last season when everyone had him and he flopped a bit? Was that Bailey? Or was that DRB? I get confused. Roll and play Barkley. See what you guys say. My head hurts. So we have heard from Spurs and we've heard from Palace. We haven't heard from Wolves yet. Oh dear, FPL. Why are there so many injuries? I'd lost my place in the chat as well, so I'm just catching up. I think I'm back to where I was. Neil says, likely to roll this week. Can I ask, would you start Dallo v City or Taylor v Bournemouth? Probably Taylor. Bourbon says, are those new glasses I see? Yeah, I don't really wear my glasses that much. But I've had problems with my eyes for like the last 8 or 9 months. So I'm trying to love my glasses more. But I have got some better contact lenses now. Umar, quick recap of Liverpool players. Nunez is in contention, as is Szoboszlai. Salah's a week away. Alisson and Trent are both out. FC FPL Ethiopia. Who would you prioritise getting this week? Bowen or Son? Son. The thing is with Son, I don't like the fixture as much in 28, so I feel like if you're getting him, you need to get him this week. To like get the fixture for this week. It's really split on this poll. 42% say roll, 24% says get Bailey, 34% say get Louise. So I think what you guys are telling me is that I need to buy a Villa midfielder, and it's which one? So it's between Bailey and Louise. I don't know. Oh, people annoyed I didn't put Bowen in the captain poll. Or is that just Simon? Oh, I feel like I need to sneeze. Like I haven't yet. Oh, that's really annoying. I think I've swallowed it. Lots of people wanting Lamptey news. I think I need to sell Richarlison. You don't get rushed back from a knee injury, do you? Most of you saying Louise. Here we go. Huang news. He won't make the weekend. I'm going to need to add this person to my news list. Liam Keane. Huang, he won't make the weekend, and we'll have more. We'll have more assessments on him. No time frame. We'll know more after the weekend, hopefully before too long. So that's another one. Another one bites the dust. Gonna have that song in my head now. My kids are obsessed with the remake of Gladiators. And obviously that's a big tune on that show as well. Oh, it's just been busy today, hasn't it? Right, I'm just updating the graphic with the Huang news. I can't fit all the info on. There's just so many injuries. But as long as you can see what's going on. I don't know if I'm excited about buying Douglas Luiz. I've got to be honest. It's not that exciting, is it? Foden to Son this week or roll? I think I'd roll. Jeffrey, who to bench? Bowen, Son, Foden, Douglas Luiz and Gross. Probably Gross. Darwin's available, Zion. Whether he plays or not, I don't know. I can't see him starting. Muckwith, bench one. KDB, Foden, Saka, Palmer, Richarlison. Richarlison, that's an easy one. Swapnil says Bailey's been his saviour this season. I don't think Richarlison starts in 29. Nothing up with Robertson. Solanke and Adebayo news both coming at 1:30. Those asking. People annoyed that Saka captain wasn't more popular. Not me. No, we haven't had Luton yet. So 1:30 is Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Burnley, Fulham, Luton and West Ham. Finishing off with Aston Villa at 2 p.m. Tell you what, it's a busy old stream this. We've got up to 200 likes. You can do better though. There's 700 of you in. So keep hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. We hit the big 30k on my last stream. I Love Kebab says, is it worth wildcarding this week? Can cover the double game week and the blanks. At this moment, I have 3 starting players for the blank. Yeah, I think wildcard 28 looks a little bit more attractive, especially with like the question marks on injuries around and about at the moment. But if you've got, you know, Richarlison, Porro and Hwang in your side, you might need to go closer. Sounds like Neto could be central for Wolves at the weekend. Nelson, I can't afford Maddison. I'm not playing free hitting 29. Plan to bring in Richarlison and Son next week. What alternative? Douglas Luiz. Join me on the Luiz bandwagon. TCH says I kept Saka on wildcard and got lucky. Yeah, I think it was a poor decision from me, if I'm honest. McLaughlin is going Elanga. It's carnage. Light Razors said in the chat as well, carnage this season. There's a lot of love for gladiators. My kids like Viper because he's like the scary one. And Sabre because she's got a tattoo on her backside. I told them that they're not allowed tattoos when they're older. De Bruyne or Son? I think I keep De Bruyne. Do I think your doggy starts this weekend? No, I can't see it. I think maybe sub. A lot of love for Kudos. I'd rather have Bowen now, that's the thing. I'm not free hitting in 29 now. I mean, I could free hit in 29, but the whole reason I wildcarded in 24 was that I didn't need to free hit in 29. So to then do it feels a bit silly. Jamie likes Sabre too for similar reasons. Why have we got so distracted? Yeah, the captain poll, by the way, 65% Haaland, 24% Saka, 7% Watkins, 2% other. Ben is late to the party and asked who is injured. Ben, it's everyone. Nunez is back. Salah is out. Richarlison is out. Huang is out. Udogie is back. Porro is still out. There was no update on De Bruyne because there was nothing to say. VJ coming in with the super thanks. Thank you, VJ. Here every week and modding. John says the other percentage was Bowen. Could have been. Simon's blaming the weather for the injuries. Killerat said, is it me or is the sound dropping? Shouldn't be. Has anyone else got any noise problems? Neto and Gordon suggested. I've got to get through the blank. Gazman, would you sell Garnacho? Did I miss this earlier, Gazman? If I did, I'm sorry. Would you sell Garnacho or Barkley to Son? I don't think you can sell Barkley when he's got those fixtures. So Garnacho. Yeah, it's no Salah. Colin says, who's plays as Spurs number 9, Son or Werner? It's got to be Son, surely. I'm only guessing now. Kuna update. I think he's out for a bit, Kuna. I think he's not back till after the break now. Because I think it was game week 29. Obviously, they're through to the quarters. Solanke news. Be patient. It's coming up, hopefully, in 5 minutes. In theory. We'll see, though. To be fair, it's been quite a good stream in that there's been so much going on and that the press, there's not really been like loads of gaps between the presses. Lots of people saying there's nothing exciting about Douglas Luiz. I get that. Shall we compare them? He's on pens, though. He scored like twice last week, didn't he? Yeah. I guess Bailey is the more attractive one. In theory. Nine goals and 4 assists from Douglas Luiz this season. Wasn't expecting it to be as high as that. I don't know, I am tempted. Something to ponder. The deadline's not until 1:30 tomorrow. No live stream tomorrow, though, because I'm on Sky in the studio tomorrow. Neil says, I brought Louise in last week. I will take boring. I do understand the argument. Checkmate. Is it worth going from going doggy for Van Heck for a -4? No. Lalex has Louise, wishes he had Bailey. Yeah, it does look on paper like Bailey is the one. I could look at the... let's have a look at the stats for game week 21 onwards. Yeah, so Bailey's second for shots. Louise has had more big chances, but they'll all be pens, won't they? Goal involvements. He's higher for expected goal involvements. Similar for creativity. You're getting corners though, aren't you? From Louise and free kicks. I don't know. I feel like I'm still team Douglas Louise. The Hub AI team was going to transfer Richarlison in this week, so be interesting to see what it's going with now. Yeah, so a busy 15 minutes coming up with the pressers from Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Burnley, Fulham, Luton and West Ham. So among the news that we're going to be covering, the big one is Solanke. Not the only one though, of course. We're also wanting news on Adebayo at Luton, Lamptey at Brighton. And then we need to hang on till 2 o'clock for the Villa press conference as well. Villa press conference is 2 o'clock. Dan the man, Richarlison to Maddison. Yeah, I think I'd consider that if I could afford it. I've not been that sold on Maddison since he's come back from injury. If there's an opportunity to maybe wait a week and assess, I feel like could be the way. Yeah, KDB should be in a starting 11, you would think. Some predicted to go up in price tomorrow. SDL, any POW news? That's at 2. Anthony, start Nunez or Diaz. Nunez or Douglas Luiz. I think I'd start Douglas Luiz. Oh, Kelly, why doesn't anyone bring in Semenyo too? Yeah, I guess it depends what news we get on Solanke. I think our forward spots are so precious though. Now, this is interesting from Alistair Gold. In his club interview, Postecoglou has said 2 to 3 weeks, but in his actual press conference, he said 3 to 4. So seems safe to be the 3-week mark, which this is the thing, because it comes immediately before the international break. If players don't come back ahead of the international break, then clubs can sometimes hang on to them and stop them going out on international duty. Lamptey is back for Brighton tomorrow, as is Evan Ferguson, Welbeck and Veltman. Villa are playing in Europe on Thursday against Ajax. Solanke news should be coming at some point very soon. Yeah, I think I'm definitely on getting Douglas Luiz now. Jamie Raven, is the Sal's a good pick? No. I think Botman will be in. Gordon to Son? Yeah, potentially. Solanke, late fitness test. This is the update. MRI came back clear, but he hasn't trained with the team yet. The decision to be made tomorrow. Solanke hasn't trained, late fitness test. I think you just start Solanke and hope for the best with that. I think that's all you can do. But obviously it hasn't been ruled out, so that is good news. And hopefully he plays a decent amount of minutes to give everyone confidence to buy him for the double in 28. So I don't think that's a bad update for Solanke owners. You got to keep him. What do we think, Solanke owners? Zayn says, what do you think about Ben White? Yeah, I think he's a good pick. What do you think about what to do with Chan and Richarlison? 1 free transfer, 4.3 in the bank. Get Son. Villa defender news is at 2. FPL says Andy Robertson has illness. Didn't see that. I think there has been illness in the Liverpool camp, but I don't think it's an issue now. Ashley saying is 10 with a -8. Okay for 29. Yeah. Anthony, start Nunez or Louise? Louise. I can't afford Maddison. You doggy could be back. It's Robert says, do you think Nunez will feature this weekend? I don't think he'll start, if I'm honest. That's just my guess. Dr. James says, do you reckon when content creators start getting on the Louise hype train, he'll fall off? Yeah. Harry says, look at Louise home v away. £130 points this season. Got more points than Gordon. Yes, so he's a machine at home. Not so much away from home. That's fair, we'll take that. Just the one attacker return away from home. It'll be fine. I'm going to have to mull it over though, guys. I'm not making the move now. Might not make the move at all. David Wickham says, Louise, the 6th highest scoring midfielder this season. The sexy pick can be overrated. Love that. Haaland triple captain against United. Maybe not the worst idea. KW, play Kudos or Richarlison to Son for a hit. Don't mind the hit. I can't afford Maddison. Is Moreno a risk with Dean back in the squad? Yeah, possibly. KDB to Son or roll? 1 free, I'd roll. Ben White? Yeah, fine. Would you hold Richarlison in a hope he plays 29? No, I don't think so. Conza News is coming up at 2 o'clock. Late Riser's got the full quote on Solanke. So he's got pain in the knee, but the MRI is fine. Don't know. Doesn't sound amazing. Yeah, I think Estupinan has to go if Lamptey's back. Nunez is in contention. I personally don't think he'll start. Bongo, news on Salah. He's out this week, could be back next week. If you bought him on wildcard last week, just hold on to him. Eddie's got Hechan and Richarlison issues. Go get Son. I don't think I'd buy Kiwor if Zinchenko's back soon. Andrew says Solanke is pretty much a one-man team. If he can play, he will. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so Ben Mee has broken his ankle and he's out for the rest of the season for Brentford. So I've got double Brentford defence and they basically don't have a defence. I've got Flecken and Reguilon. Who was I going to play this week? I think I might play Kaminsky. Oh, I don't know. Because I've got... I think Flecken will get more save points, maybe. Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's not an easy week to tackle at all. Adrian says, with Darwin in contention, should I start him? It depends who you're going to have to bench to start him. If I had a decent 8th attacker, I'd probably bench him. Start Palmer or Louise, that's a tricky one. VJ said there's 800 people in. Just phenomenal. I mean, it's an extraordinary week. Harry, stop it. Honestly. I mean, it baffles me every season how you get so many opportunities for the awful jokes. And the persistence. And you do you. You're doing all right out of it, to be fair. I'll go into sell Salah and get Son. Yeah, that sounds all right. These sort of questions out of context are really funny. Bad Panda's just put Trippier out for a dead end 29 defender. Yeah, I think you could do that, to be fair. I don't know who you're getting though. Doughty tops the predictions for 29. Head of Liverpool. Head of Villa options. Matt, 4 injuries. All my targets for wildcard also injured. What a nightmare. I have to play the wildcard though. We've got the Fulham presser. Jimenez is out. João is suspended. Everyone else available. That's something. How are we doing on these 1:30 pressers then? We've heard from Bournemouth. We've heard from Brentford and Brighton. I think I've seen Burnley as well. And Fulham. So I think it's just Luton and West Ham. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if I've missed anything. But yeah, I think they're the ones that we're waiting for. Someone's described the Burnley press conference as generic and brutal. Whatever that means. Lottie, back for my weekly what to do with a Stupid comment. So I don't think I've been as decisive as today, but yeah. McCloppin hates having to play Solanke. Get used to it. Villa news will be in 15 minutes. And we're still waiting for Adebayo news from Luton. Unless it's in this. Let's have a read of this. Mahmoud says, could you sum up the team news so far? There's a little box there that's got it all in. That's why it's there. So Nunez in contention, Salah a week away, Richarlison out for 2-3 weeks, Wag out, Solanke late fitness test, hasn't trained. No, there's no team news on there. So we'll wait for something to come up on the tweet deck. Harry said, Ben Mee is so involved in his games, is all it has shown me. Fair. Alan, transferring Sensai or Zabarnyi? Senesi 1 yellow away from suspension. I didn't know that, actually. It says 8 yellows. So it's 2 away. So yeah, just get over it and get him. Yeah, we're still waiting for Luton's presser. So you've got to wait on Bell News as well. Peshang, I don't have Watkins, but I'm getting Morris this week. I think they'll do better than Villa. I mean, I'd just get Watkins, but... Shiraz, -8, Archer, Hoyland, Richarlison to Morris, Solanke, Bowen. Wouldn't buy Solanke this week. If you've got him, play him. But if you've not got him, give it a week. Porro is out. Salah is out. Solanke is a late fitness test. It's 50-50 on Solanke at this stage. Ben, wildcarded last week. Listen to this. Brought in Hee-Chan, Salah, Richarlison, Pau Torres, and Solanke. Brutal. I don't think I've owned Solanke this season. It's probably why I'm having a bad season. Lyle says, how mad would a wild card be this week, then a free hit in 29? It does feel indulgent, but there's talk that game week 34 could just be a single game week. We may just have one game slotting in outside of a double game week 37. So I do feel like if you was wildcarding this week, you could easily get triple Luton on your bench though, couldn't you? I think if you're wildcarding this week, you probably need to think about the bench boost. Just Creswell and Cornet out for West Ham. Still nothing from Luton. My hair's gone a bit crazy. What is going on? Maybe it's just the... I don't know. There's something to it. Oh, well. We'll get over it. Luton Presser was the only 131 that we've not got. This is how Anthony Gordon arrived at training today. Nice outfit. Right, Shiraz has got to the point now where he's using the chat to ask FPL Harry what moves he should make. Do you want to take over me? Lyle, keep Alvarez or sell to Solanke for a -4. I would not sell. I would not buy Solanke for a hit this week with this injury situation. Definitely not. Shiraz, what do you do if you have all your chips left? It depends how well you set up for 29. If you can get 8 players in 29 without hits, then you don't have to free hit. But if you can't, then I'd free hit. I would... And if you are going to free hit, you could probably wildcard much later, or now even. Simon Gordon training up to training dressed as Mr. Tumble. It looks that way. Yeah, Salah is a week away. Fulham's just Jimenez injured. Alex thought it was a picture of Claire Baldwin. Oh dear. Yeah, the update from Fulham is it's just Jimenez. Keep Solanke, yeah. Tom says Richarlison out. Does that make Son a better option? Yes. Buy Semenya next week, potentially. David says if Chelsea make the semis, they'll have 3 doubles between now and the end of the season. Yeah, because it's the Chelsea Spurs game that was missing last week, which is the one that got sorry, it's just tipping it down with rain. That's still got to be put in. Or maybe it was Arsenal that were out. They were out last night. Maybe that's why the presser was... that way. Can you hear the rain? No, I don't think you can. Have Bailey, Son, Foden, Saka and Palmer in my team. Would you bench any of them if Solanke was fully fit? If Solanke was fully fit, yes. Palmer or Bailey maybe, but not. I don't think in this situation I would. Nazar, go with Stupinan to Bournemouth defender or Gross to Son. Depends if you need to play a Stupinan this week. TSH, to save free hit in 29, how many players should I have? Probably 8 without hits for 29. Yeah, Son should play up front. One Fed says, are you royalty? From Camilla Rosemary Shand. I'm married into the Shand name. But yeah, not aware of any bloodline directly to the Queen. Right. So we're still waiting to hear from the Luton press conference, which was taking place at 1:30. And at 2 o'clock, which is in 5 minutes, we should hear from Villa. I might be buying a Villa player this week. And if that's the case, I need to hear that press conference. Plus, I've got Pal Torres in my team, who is currently flagged as well. So, quite a bit of interest in that one from me. While we're waiting for those pieces of information to come through, though, let's just wrap up, because there's a lot of it. Everything that we know so far. VJ's declared me Queen of FPL. So not much news from West Ham. Creswell and Cornet are out. Fulham, Jimenez is out. All of Brentford's first choice defence are out. Dominic Solanke faces a late fitness test. He hasn't trained with the team yet this week. They'll make a decision tomorrow. So I guess that depends how he does in training tomorrow. Quite a few players returning at Brighton. Lamptey, Ferguson, Welbeck. Don't know what happened there. Richarlison, Postecoglou said in a video that he was going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks, then has said to the journalists in his press conference 3 to 4 weeks. So probably nearer 3 weeks, which makes double game week 29 very unlikely. Udogie has a chance, but Porro is still a week away. Positive news from Palace with Will Hughes, Eze and Anderson all back in the squad for Spurs. Chelsea have got Thiago Silva and Cucurella potentially returning, but Nkunku has a hamstring issue. Salah is not far off for Liverpool, but won't be ready for tomorrow. Grealish is out with no time frame for returning. Nunez and Szoboszlai are available for Liverpool against Forest. Anderson was back in for Newcastle midweek. Botman was rested. Isaac returning been good for them. Sheffield United have got a few players returning, but Archer remains out. United should be the same as midweek, which suggests no Maguire, Højlund, etc. Partey is back for Arsenal. Tomiyasu and Zinchenko might be available. Had more of an update there. Did I miss Hwang? Hwang is out. I think I missed the bookmark on the Hwang news. Some guy called Liam, I think. Not that Liam, though. Is it Liam? Yeah, here it is, Liam Keane. Yeah, won't make the weekend. Right. Let's see, have we got anything from Luton yet? Nope, nothing. Should be coming any time, though, you would think. And we've got the Villa press conference is supposedly coming up at 2 o'clock as well. Is Porro injured? Yes. Dan the Man, I've got Pau, Konza, Porro, Richie, Solanke, and not free hitting in 29. Sorry. Nick, bench Gordon or Douglas Luiz? Gordon. I'm on the Douglas Luiz hype train. Freddie's got 9 without hits for 29. Is it worth to take out Richarlison for Son and have 8? Yeah. Not taking basketball questions, Alif. Willian, there was no update, so I assume he's fine. When Kunku injured, yeah, hamstring. Killer at Eze an option, does he blank? He doesn't blank. Could be an option, but I don't know, I just don't trust his fitness at the minute, if I'm honest. Still waiting on Adebayo news. Is there anything on the Luton website? Let's get the Villa website open as well, because sometimes these things are unnecessarily slow. I can't see anything there. Try the Luton website. No, nothing yet. Zohib on the Louise v Bailey said that Louise minutes should be better with Europe back. And I agree with that. FPL Rue is in. What time is this, Rue? Middle of the night? Had Foden to Son booked in for this week, but it doesn't feel right. Now with that Richarlison news, I have to go for it. Yeah, I agree. With Son now a great option, would you transfer him in for Palmer and bring Palmer back in when a wild card in 30? Yeah. Do I think De Bruyne will play? Yes. It's only my kind of gut feel, though. Richarlison to Louise for a -4. Is it worth it? It depends who your first sub is. I don't think I'd do it for a hit. If you wildcarded and had a transfer in the bank, does it roll or wipe it? Yeah, it wipes it. You only get 1 free transfer the week after a wildcard or a free hit, actually. Any update on you, Doggy? Yeah, he's back. Whether he starts or not, I don't know. Midnight. Well, you're doing well. My kids have been up at 5 a.m. 2 days in a row. But they're not my problem tomorrow because I'm on Sky, so I might have a lie until 7. Treat myself. Start cash or bench? Start Solanke or Palmer. I think you've got to start Solanke. Robert doesn't have Haaland. Saka or Foden to captain? Saka. Will De Bruyne play? He played midweek. I'd say yes. We're expecting the Villa presser now. He's not here yet. It should be any time. So stay patient. While you're waiting, why not hit the like button? We've just hit 300 likes, which is impressive. And subscribe to the channel as well, if you don't already. I don't know what I'm on the road to now I've hit 30k. Probably plateau now. Just maintain. Try and get enough new subscribers that when we get to the off season, I don't duck below 30. It's probably the aim. Wei Jing, what do you think of you doggy to Zabani for a short-term punt now? I think that's unnecessary. Start Nunez or Palmer? Palmer. Richarlison to Louise for a -4 or bench Doughty, Garnacho, or Stupinan? Yeah, I think so. 50k. Yeah, that's got to be the aim at some point, 50k, but it feels a long way off. But a year ago, I only had 15k, so yeah, I guess it's doable. Phoenix said 3-3-3-3-3, and that feels a lot more achievable. Maybe in another year. Maybe the end of the year. Do you think the end of the year I could get to 50k? I don't know. It sounds like a lot. It's not that much, is it? Yeah, let's aim for 50k by the end of the year. Gonna have to do most of the heavy lifting in the summer. I've said it now, though. I'm committed. Yeah, help me on the road to 50k in 2024. Oh dear, nothing from Villa or Luton yet. Double to 60. 50k sounds good, Killer At. Let's not push it. Femi has asked which defender to bring in for a Stupinan other than Doughty, with dead ending in 29 in mind. It's got to be a Villa defender, but we could do the presser. Emerson? It's not really very exciting though, is it? Let's see what this Villa presser gives us when we get it. We'll get it eventually. Just going to check there's nothing on the Villa website yet, or the Luton website. I probably just thought to keep them open. Let's go news. Not a lot going on. Here we go. Similar squad expected to face Villa. Adebayo unavailable, as are Lokonga and Oshu. Amari Bell going to be given as much time as possible, but his replacement will be not in the contention. Kabore returns. There you go then. That is the Luton news. Quicker than Twitter. So yeah, Adebayo remains out. So now we just need the Villa presser, which is nowhere to be seen at the moment. Sounds like Villa don't have many options, so they'll want Bell back if at all possible. Just trying to see if I can find if the Villa presser is going on yet or not. Oh, here we go. He is in. So what's he got to say? I need good news on Pau Torres. who I'm planning on starting this week. But I could play Doughty. Oh, Simon. Look at you. You're going to miss the Villa news now. Sorry, I missed a few questions. Who would you start, Garnacho or Doughty? Garnacho. I should just play Doughty or Garnacho. Copsey wouldn't take a hit for Solanke this week. Start Solanke or Alvarez. Solanke. It sounds like the Villa press conference has happened and here we go. Team news for Luton Test. Will be in the squad. I'll tweet that as well. See, when it's not as manic, you've got the time to post it. Oh, it's better than waiting for the Villa account to drip feed it. So Konza and Torres will be included in Villa's squad for the trip to Luton, but will be assessed on Saturday morning to determine their involvement. So they could be benched. I mean, I may be forced to play Doughty over Pau Torres if we don't get a leak that he starts. I think that is the news from Villa. So I think that is pretty much it then. That was what we was waiting for. That is what we've got. What a stream. It's been carnage. It feels like an age ago that we're talking about Salah and Darwin and, you know, got news on Richarlison, news on Solanke, news on Pau Torres. Thank you so much, though, to everyone that has joined me today. All of the support on the channel, it really does help. So thank you so much to everyone that's commented, liked the stream, subscribed to the channel, just watched it. It definitely helps. What was I going to say? Hopefully back on Tuesday, maybe, potentially, with team selection. So thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope you have a great game week. I'll be letting members know my final team once I've decided on those transfers. So do consider signing up. Thanks very much.